Playing for a 30-point audio bonus, and here is your toss-up. The 49th Parallel, The Red Shoes, Black Narcissus, and The Life and Death of Colonel Blimp are among the films directed by what?
Blue Wire Julie.
I'll take Michael Powell, that's correct. Powell for Michael Powell, that's correct. All right, Wire. Listen and identify the artist singing about lawyers for 10 points each. Okay, your answers, please.
The first one's Jackson Brown. The
Correct.
second one, I have no idea. The third one is LeBron Williams.
It was the last two are Fountains of Wayne and Kitty Wells, which have won for 10 points. A truly amazing question because we have absolutely no lawyers involved. Only there are any sex lawyers. Okay, teams, playing for a 30-point bonus. Here is your toss-up. Pablo Banquois was the first black circus proprietor in England. An 1843 program for his Circus Royale provided the inspiration.
Who's Khalifa? Andy?
For the benefit of Mr. Kite by the Beatles.
Correct, being for the benefit of Mr. Kite. Yes, there is. Judges.
I gotta say no one.
Right.
You said 14. You didn't say B. I'm saying no. Well, who's booing me? Lord, everybody. Over record score. Good Lord. Yes, we're pros here.
No, the title's fixed. We're going to move on to the next toss-up. Teams are playing for the 30-point bonus. Looking to create a new game for the Famicom disk system, which would be an add-on for the NES, Japanese designer Shigeru Miyamoto built a prototype in which two players could create their own dungeons. The first creation of this game that was released on February 21st, 1986, and was made famous for its exploration and a protagonist named Link. Name this popular.
Blue Wire Dunn.
The Legend of Zelda? The Legend of Zelda is correct. Okay, Wire. Name the zombie movie based on these descriptions. An anthropologist goes to Haiti after hearing rumors about a drug used by black magic practitioners to turn people into zombies. Starring Bill Pullman, directed by Wes Craven.
Serpent and the Rainbow?
Correct. This flick centers on Herbert West, a medical student of questionable morals who's developed a serum to bring back people and cats from the dead. That, the animator. Finally, a young man's mother is bitten by a Sumatran rat monkey. She gets sick and dies, then comes back to life, killing and eating dogs, nurses, friends, and neighbors, directed by Peter Jackson. Any creatures? That's Dead or Alive. We have 1 for 10 points. Dead Alive. Dead Alive. Okay, teams, playing for a 40-point bonus. Here's your toss-up. Historically, this Asian structure has been described by poet Rabindranath Tagore as whispers in the ear of eternity. American blues singer Henry Fredericks adopted it as his stage name about 60 years ago.
Wiz Khalifa, Andy.
Taj Mahal.
Todd Judges?
Judges.
That's
Everything's fine.
Being for the benefit of time.
All right, here's
Being for the benefit. I will get very aggro with you.
here's a bonus. The British invasion supposedly wiped out all American music. The Four Seasons was the only group to have #1 hits both before and after February 1964. There were, however, 7 solo artists, all male vocalists, who had #1 hits both before and after that month. For 10 points each, name any 4.
Louis Armstrong.
No,
Dean Martin.
that's correct.
What were the dates again? I'm sorry.
The Four Seasons was the only group to have #1 hits both before and after February 1964. There were, however, 7 solo artists, all male vocalists, who had #1 hits both before and after that month. Yeah,
Let's go with Bobby Darin.
no. You got 5 more hits.
Elvis Presley.
Correct. Any more guesses?
Andy Williams.
No. Okay, the answers are Tommy Rowe, Dean Martin, Roy Orbison, Bobby Vinton, Frank Sinatra, Elvis Presley, and Stevie Wonder. You have 2 of those for 10 points. Okay.
How many again?
2 for 10?
So we got an adjustment.
We have a score adjustment. In the question about Kurt Russell and Kevin Costner starring in the 2001 movie about robbing Vegas' Riviera, you said 3,000 miles from Graceland. So it's to Graceland and you got 10 points. In the spirit of fairness.
You just the payback, is that payback?
No, it's fair. It's being fair.
I didn't get it right. Thank you. I didn't get it right.
It's a makeup call.
Was that, did I have it right?
You said you wanted that. I didn't.
Okay. Teams playing for a 30-point bonus. Here's your toss-up. Sir Barton was a chestnut colt, and the first...
Wiz Khalifa, Larry.
First call to win the Triple Crown in horse racing. And one of many to do that.
5-point penalty. I'll repeat for wire. Sir Barton was a chestnut colt and the first winner of the Triple Crown, even though no such thing existed when he won. Who was the most recent winner of the Triple Crown, doing so in 2015?
Blue Wire, Julie.
American Pharaoh.
American Pharaoh is right. Okay, wire. In honor of John Travolta, identify these Hall of Fame baseball players after the names were processed by the Adele Dazeem name generator. First, Blake Reed. Blake Reed. That, Babe Ruth. Next, Charlie Moseley.
Charleston.
Christy Mathewson. And finally, Rosie Jerkson. That, Reggie Jackson. So all the initials matched up there. Okay, team is playing for a 40-point bonus. Here's your toss-up. For Johnny Carson, it was Bette Midler. For David Letterman, it can be said it was the Foo Fighters. What Pomor was the last guest to appear on Ed Sullivan's final?
Quiz Khalifa, Andy.
Topo Gigio.
That is correct. All right, Khalifa, here's your bonus question. In the early 1970s, NBC ran a number of series with a rotating cast of leading men, alternating week to week. I will name 3 stars from one of the shows, and you identify the series. Gene Barry, Tony Franciosa, Robert Stack. The name of the game, correct? David Hartman, Earl Ives, Hal Holbrook. That. Both ones. Peter Falk, Dennis Weaver, Rock Hudson. That was the Sunday Mystery Movie. Finally, Hugh O'Brien, Doug McClure, Tony Franciosa. Answer. That was Search. You have one of those for 10 points. Okay, teams playing for a 30-point bonus. Here's your toss-up. Who is the MVP of Super Bowls 1 and 2?
Quiz Khalifa, Larry.
Art Star.
Bart Starr is correct. Okay, Khalifa. I'll name some familiar figures from early morning television shows. You tell me the name of the show. Jane Pauley, Bryant Gumbel, Willard Scott.
Today Show.
Correct. David Hartman, Joan London, Charles Gibson.
Good morning, Mayor.
Correct. Mr. Green Jeans, Mr. Moose, Bunny Rabbit.
Captain Kangaroo.
30 points. 30. Okay, teams. Man, woman.
Quiz Khalifa, Larry.
That's the beginning to the TV show Ben Casey.
Ben Casey's. Here's your bonus. Identify the authors who created the following fictional detectives. Lou Archer.
Evan Hunter.
It's Ross McDonald. Kinsey Milhoney. Or Kinsey Malone.
Sue Grafton.
That's correct. Jack Reacher.
Reach out.
Correct. And finally, Easy Rollins.
Walter Mosley.
3 for 30 points. Okay, teams, 2 questions left. You're playing for a 40-point bonus. Here's your toss-up. Bill Keane started this comic strip in 19...
Quiz Khalifa, Piper.
Family Circus.
That is correct. Okay, Khalifa, here's your bonus question. At this point in time, almost every actor has played Colonel Harlan Sanders in KFC commercials. But I will describe one of the more notable actors to appear in these commercials, and you identify them. This former SNL star was the first actor to play Colonel Sanders in these commercials.
Daryl Hammond.
That's correct. This intense actor played the schizophrenic colonel torn between Georgia Gold and Nashville Hot Chicken.
George Hamilton.
No, that was Ray Liotta. This actor played the extra crispy colonel.
George Hamilton.
That's correct. And finally, this singer became the first woman to play Colonel Sanders.
Reba McEntire.
That's correct. You have 3 for 30 points. 30 points. Okay, teams. Playing for a 40-point bonus. Here's your toss-up. This Canadian musical artist's real name is Roberta Joan Anderson. She...
Quiz Khalifa, Andy.
Joni Mitchell.
That's correct. And here's your bonus. Comic strips have entertained millions of people. For 10 points each, name the artist who created, wrote, and drew these comic strips. First, Dick Tracy.
Chester Gould.
That's correct. Gordo. Gus Ariola. The Wizard of Id. That's great. Finally, Batman.
Bill Keane.
Bob King. Bob King. But you have 2 of those for 20 points. 20 points. And that's the